Okay, looks like we are live. So that's cool, right? But yeah, so I saw something earlier today saying that it's National Sneakers Day or something, and that sounds, I mean, everything sounds very made up for the most part, but that sounds like extra made up. I mean, like who's making these things, right? Who's deciding on this stuff? So I saw it come in from Asics, and I thought maybe it was just like an Asics thing, and they're just like, hey, we're having a sale, we're gonna call it this or whatever. But then I saw it also from Brooks and possibly Adidas, somebody else. So I was just like, I don't know where this is coming from, but you know what? Maybe I'll use this as an excuse to do a live thing later. So that's what I'm doing here. So as you kind of probably saw in the title, something about Asics and National Sneaker Day, which again, I feel like is a lie. That's what we're here for. So hello to Kid Schlobby. Probably didn't say that right. And Maxed Out Kyle, what's going on? So yeah, since it's like a very small set of things, I figure I'll just take this moment, go through my Asics collection, which is very much a Gel Light 3 collection. You'll see what I'm talking about in a second here. So, let's go ahead and get this going. Oh, the Tourmalines. Yeah, I still haven't worn mine yet. It was on my mind not too long ago, and then I guess I just wore something else instead. I don't know. So this right here was actually my first pair of Asics. It's the Gel Saga. I was about to say Gel Light 3 because I'm so used to it. But yeah, I picked these up from like the eBay store, like the Asics eBay store for like $20. Well, it's probably like 26 after shipping and stuff, you know, but still, like you can't really beat that. So I should probably keep my eye on them a little bit more often because if they have other deals like this, it's totally worth it, right? I mean, I almost paid like 45 for these, you know, because that was the original sale price. And then when I saw that I missed out, I was like, oh man. But then they came back for 20, and it's like, oh, now they're even cheaper. Easy slides for you today. I'm going with the Alpha Bounce slides because I'm indoors, and when I'm indoors, I wear slides. You know? Because that's just what makes sense to me. Moving right along. This is one of those 30th anniversary boxes, so this was a big thing. Was it last year? Well, I think they came out last year, but still earlier in this year too. The Flash Crimson Gel Light 3. It's one of those original colorways. Man, these are really nice. Like, I haven't seen this pair since, oh man, probably like January, I think is when I wore them. Probably around then. Yeah, I forgot how nice these are. I really like this, like, kind of an infrared style color that they have going on here, you know? So that's pretty cool. Let's see, the Flash Coral. I have it mislabeled on my video and it says Flash Crimson. And I saw today that it does in fact say Flash Coral, so I need to change that, you know? And hey, what is going on, Robert Valentine? Yeah, $20, right? It's crazy, you know? I don't know how many other brands have eBay stores, but them, like, they do, so it's definitely worth checking out. And Asics are already usually fairly cheap anyway, so pretty good deal, you know? And this right here, the Green Gecko Dynablast. Green Gecko being the color, Dynablast being the name. I just kind of like this little slime style outsole that they have going on. And I didn't really think about it at the time, but it kind of reminds me of like ooze, you know, like Ninja Turtles ooze, and it's like Donatello color, you know, so there's that piece. But yeah, I actually met somebody in person once who was like, hey, I think I recognize you from somewhere. And it was from like the review of this that has been seen by like probably 100 people. So to meet one of the 100, like that's kind of weird, you know? Because it's like when he said he recognized me, I was like, okay, well maybe it's from, you know, a little brief appearance on someone else's channel, one that's like bigger than mine, or maybe one of my popular reviews. But no, that one. Let's see, you're not a fan of the green and blue pair? What green and blue pair? The green and blue pair of the Dynablast? I mean, I only remember that pair standing out, really. I still need to get me a pair. I was looking at the green moss ones yesterday. The pair of the Dynablast or the Gel Light 3s? Sometimes, you know, because of things, how this works, like, I kind of get a little bit lost in the comments. Also, for whatever reason, if anybody wants to jump in, you know, you're more than welcome to. I think there's a button on there somewhere you can do that. Oh, what color is this? Lichen. lichen and green. Lichen green and black, excuse me. So this was one that I also caught on, I caught this on just an Asics sale. It was just kind of sitting around and had a pretty deep discount to it, so I was cool with that, which means that the pair in the next box is probably the other green pair, because I get a little indecisive at times, and when that happens, I just buy both things, right? The Gel Light 3s, the comments are like, okay, yeah, because that's the thing, like, I say stuff, there's probably a delay between when you hear it, if it's anything like YouTube, and then, it takes you X amount of seconds to type stuff, so I totally get it. But yeah, so these were on sale, and I remember that very clearly because I was like, who's not buying these? That was kind of my reaction, I didn't say that like out loud because I don't talk to myself when I'm by myself unless I'm, doing a video or something. Then it's a little bit different though. So, up next we should have a light green pair. Yep, exactly. So this pair right here, right? It's a little different. It's not my normal style because it does kind of have this like crocodile sort of vibe going on down there, right? And it's a very different material. Not as breathable as the standard, but it does have a nice gum bottom. Have I not worn these? I feel like I did, though. I'm going to have to consult the archives. That's why, part of the reason I have that Kicks of the Day playlist, because it helps me keep track of what I've worn. But this is looking very unworn, though. Isn't it? Like, right? So this, might have to set these aside and bring them out next week or something. We'll see what happens. But yeah, these were also on sale, much like the last pair. So, like I said, sometimes I'm indecisive and I just pick up both things. Let's see. Gel Light 3 Lichen Edible Moss. Ordered the green moss and I was looking at yesterday. Okay, cool. Yeah, I haven't bought any Gel Light 3s in a while, mostly just because I have so many. Don't get me wrong, there are pairs out there that I definitely want, but it's like, I think I'm at 14, right? And 13 of those were bought this year. So it's a little much, right? Okay, so this is the Plum Blossom or something or other from the Katamatsu pack, which means that the next one will be the green pair. So, in case anybody's curious, I'm doing these shoes in the order that I bought them in because I figured why not. Normally I can't do that because things span so much time, but since I bought all of these this year, that means they've all been reviewed, and so I just looked at the reviews and just went in that order. So yeah, these are definitely one of the nicer ones. I had originally thought I was going to like the green pair more, but then I saw this pair, and you guys remember Anthony Levine's YouTube channel, I'm sure. One of the casualties of whatever. But yeah, so I saw him talking about them, and then I got them. Like, man, I think I like this pair a lot more. In some ways, they kind of remind me of something else. Some other pair. Was it the Nice Kicks, maybe? Like the ice cream ones or something? I don't know. They just remind me of something else now that I look at them again. But really nice coloring. And really nice materials. Oh, yeah. He says they are fiery. And I agree. I totally agree. The Katamatsu pack is very nice. Now up next we have the other half of the pack. Right? So this being like the seafoam green. And this pair, I overpaid for these. I truly did. I was cool with it, right? But it's like they were not cooperating with me on the Asics side. They just kept appearing and disappearing. So I want to say I bought them from SVD, the same people that I bought those other Gel Light 3s that you'll see in a few minutes from. And, it's one of those overseas, are they Italy or something? I forget where they ship from, but you pay a little bit extra for that overseas shipping, right? Which is super fast, but still. So I paid a lot for these, but I really like them, too. So it's like, I can't complain about it. But, then later, if I'd been patient, like in another couple weeks, month or so, then I could have bought them from Asics and saved some amount of money, but whatever, not a big deal. Heat Oily, what's going on, man? But yeah, I really thought I was going to like these more than the pink pair, but, sometimes life just throws you that curveball, You don't always know what stuff's going to look like until you get it in hand, It's usually more of a thing that I noticed with Yeezys, like the 350s, because those, it's just kind of hard to nail down the colors. And I've seen 350s that, like, I've done reviews of, And like I look at other people's video and I'm like, man, that looks like a totally different color than what I see. So then you have this, the Sneaker Law 100% colorway. What was this also called? The Patronus Towers, right? So these have some really cool vibes to them. If you hit the flash on there and all that good stuff, right? So on this side, like where the Asics logo is, you kind of see it's got that iridescent thing going around. But when you hit the flash on there, it becomes silver, so that's pretty cool. And then of course with the 3M laces and all that stuff, got that translucent bottom. Got some words in here talking about the facts about the towers. Let's see if I can get that in there for you. Kind of in there. These were, what, 140 I think was the retail of these. So a little bit higher than your standard Gel Light 3. Just barely. Because the normal ones are like 120 or something like that. But for what you get, you know, just the way, like if you read up on why this looks the way it looks as far as like the tower, you know, as far as replicating what the tower is. Yeah, these are really nice, right? They put a lot of thought into them. There's a Sneaker Law thing on the back and all that. So, I think they were worth it, you know, totally were worth it. Though I will say, I'm glad I didn't buy them from the original site that I saw them on, because it would have been one of those seafoam type situations where I would have paid a little bit more. But luckily, being able to wait for them to pop up on the Asics site saved me some money. Definitely saved some money. And this part's 3M as well on the back, on the upper side there. So yeah, man, these are very nice. My dad was like really into these when I wore them down to South Carolina. Look like Seattle colors. I mean, they might. I'm not good with colors of things that aren't Iowa, so maybe. Let's see, I get compliments on my Sneaker Laws all the time. I got some compliments on these too, but unfortunately, I mean, I've only worn them the one time. You know, trying to keep the 1 year without repeats thing going on. But I tell you, after December 8th, because I think that'll be my 1 year mark, then I can start wearing some of this stuff again, you know? I'm trying, the whole point to that being, one, to keep those dead stock numbers down, because they creep up every so often. And two, just to give everything some time to shine, if you will. Let's see. I had some Asics when I was younger, but never had them for style. You're putting me into them for sure. Oh yeah, man, it's a nice shoe. Like the thing for me, try not to talk over all this paper. The thing for me is that they come in so many colors, which you've probably seen a good number of them just here, and this is only my collection, right? But like, they come in so many colors that there's going to be something for everybody, and they're cheap. I mean, like I said, 120, or is it 110? 110 or 120 is like your standard price. Sometimes if they're special ones, they go up a little bit. Like I said, 140 for the Sneaker Laws. And they're like good for comfort. Like you can wear these all day and like be good no matter what you're doing, you know? And since they're still technically a runner, if some danger happens and you need to get away, you're dressed for that too. So it's like super versatile, if you will. But yeah, man. And with like all the, you know, they got the little perforations in there for some extra breathability. Though the materials themselves are already pretty breathable anyway. But yeah, definitely something worth checking into. But yes, the Backstreets of Japan, the Aqua Angel, meaning the next one will be the black one. So yeah, this was one of those ones where I was on the fence about at first, only because I had been buying, I don't remember what it was at the time, but I just bought a bunch of stuff. And I was like, I shouldn't really buy any more shoes right now. And here we are talking about those shoes that I shouldn't have bought. But I gotta say, I'm really glad I picked them up though, because these look, again, a lot of this is just like a refresher for me. These look really nice. This came out very well. So, put these down in there. But yeah, so Asics has been getting a lot of my money. And the other thing is like the availability side of it, right? Like you just go to their site and pretty much whatever you're looking for is going to be there if it came out within like the last 2 months or 3 months or something. Let's see, 125 I believe, that's what I've seen on Asics. Yeah, it's, because I feel like I've seen some that were 110 and I feel like I've seen some that were 120. But I don't know, it could have been like different styles of Gel Light 3s, you know, because that is a factor sometimes, you know. And so, like I was saying, the black Backstreets of Japan, well, black and gray and green. These I liked a lot more once I actually got them because I didn't realize like the green was in there at first. I thought it was more of just like a black and gray, which was fine, you know. But when I saw like the actual way they look in person, then I was like, okay, this is totally worth having. I'd have to give these the edge over the Aqua Angel pair, just because of that. I mean, I really like green. You've probably seen like me pick up a lot of green shoes if you've been watching the channel for like long enough. So it's kind of just one of those colors I'm into. But yeah, this one and with like the slight off-white beige color and like the grays, this is just a really good one. I know I keep saying that a lot, right? But I just happen to really like the shoes that I've bought when it comes to the Asics, right? Things can be a little more hit and miss when you know, take a trip over to that Nike wall over there. Things don't always go how I want them to go, right? Sometimes it's because of the color, sometimes it's because of the way they fit. Had that issue with the 720. I'm not a fan of the 720. The Air Max 720, that is. Not at all. Some of them look decent, but all of them feel terrible. So this is the Tourmaline. We were just talking about those because I believe Kyle said he's wearing those today or wore those today. I think he said he has them on right now. Let's see. Hey, when something is good, it's good. Exactly, right? And that's where these come in. So one of the ones that I do want to buy is it's a Japanese denim something or other. I forget what it's called exactly, but they just look pretty nice. So we'll see. I mean, I just spent a lot of money on Chili Peppers tickets. Well, a Chili Peppers ticket this morning. So that was unexpectedly expensive. The website was being all weird. So I just bought the VIP package. And how much was that? It was like $460 when everything was said and done. There was a $70 processing fee. And it's like, it's a digital ticket. Like, what are you processing, right? So, I don't know. Well, let's get back on track, though. Well, after we read some comments. Hey, Damien Bell is in here. What's going on, man? If I held this in the right place, I can read these comments a lot easier. What are your thoughts on the Air Max 1 pattern? I'm going to try to snag those if possible. I don't like that thing they have going on at the bottom. That little wavy thing happening there. Not a fan. The coloring is fine, right? If that was a standard Air Max 1 in those colors, don't I have one in that color? I guess I already have something in that color because I have some brown Curry Air Max 1s from the Curry pack a few years ago. But that aside, though, if that was a normal Air Max 1 in that color, no problem. No problem at all. But yeah, so these are the Tourmalines that Kyle is wearing right now. Not his pair, obviously, because they're at his house. But these right here. What's this? The Daylight pack. I remember I can picture 3 models. But I think there was more than 3 that they actually made. Because they spanned across different models, but they were all of the Daylight series. So, I only bought this one, though. But yeah, it's very colorful. Both of them look like this. This kind of shoe looks like one where each one would look different to me. But no, they both look the same. In some ways, it reminds me of the Viotech Air Max 90s. Just because of like the materials and like the crazy colors that they went with. So yeah, I was pretty happy with these. I'm not going to say that they're like top of the list or anything like that. But it's definitely one that I saw, I liked, I got it, and when I saw it again, I was like, yeah, these are pretty alright. They just, again, like, I wouldn't put them above some of those other things, because especially like the second Backstreets of Japan pack shoe that I showed, or like the Plum Blossom Katamatsu's, like, these don't beat those, right? But they do beat a lot of things, especially like just in general in the shoe world, right? Let's see. I actually like the wavy pattern. Yeah, and I'm sure that's part of the appeal to a lot of people. But for me, I think part of it is like, I like Air Max 1s a lot. It's one of my favorite Air Max models, right? But I don't have very many. There's probably like, I think that's 8x2, so 16? Maybe is 16 a lot? Maybe that's a lot. I don't know. to me, I feel like I don't have many, right? And I think I mostly feel like that because I haven't bought any lately. The last one that I got was a Nike ID, Nike by You thing, and that was December of last year. And before that, my last one was the third pair I needed for the Curry pack to complete that, and that was February of last year. So they just don't make a lot of them, you know? I wish they would, and I was kind of ranting about that slightly in recent videos, you know? Which one was that in? I can't remember. What Air Max 1s did I wear recently? Not the red and white pair from this week, but there was a pair that I had on a couple weeks ago because I remember closing the video out. Normally I don't remember how those videos go. That's just a blur to me. But that one I do remember closing out with a little bit of anger, you know? At least as angry as the person like me could be. Now I can't remember what Air Max 1 that was. Kind of curious though. Might have been one of the Curry Pack ones. That's probably right, because I think it was during my new shoes month, so that could be right. Anyway, let's see. Wait, what are we looking at here? It's a lot. I have 5 pairs of Air Max 1s. Could never get into Robert Valentine. Wow, disappointed. I think it's going to be the new hype model, like Dunks right now. Like 90s, 95s, 97s, the best. Okay, yeah, the 95s are a popular one. It's actually my mom's favorite Air Max. I think it's her favorite shoe. If not, it's the Cortez. Because apparently she's a big Cortez fan. Didn't know that, you know? And then she just threw that on me one day because we were like going somewhere, and she's like, "Oh wait, hold on, I need to finish this order." I'm like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Oh, these Cortezes." I'm like, "What? Like, who are you at this point?" The SVD Asics Gel Light 3s. This pair cost me some money. Oh boy, did it. These are $170 retail on the Asics site. I bought them through the SVD site, which, like I mentioned before, foreign site, right? They've got that whole thing going on, so you spend a little more. But they were in euros, and so I didn't do the conversion. I just looked at the price and was like, I'm sure that equals $120. I'm just going to assume that it does. It did not. Not at all. It was definitely higher than, it was probably like 200 when everything was said and done, you know? So that was unexpected. Also unexpected was how much I ended up really liking these. As I did the review, I was kind of like, I think I'm cool with it. But later on, when I was looking at them again, I'm like, you know what? These are really nice. They've got some weird materials going on, which is kind of a cool thing at times. And then just the way they look, you know, just as a whole complete package or whatever. I'm like, you know what? This is pretty solid, right? Got the SPD thing on the side, little logo on the back, of course, right? Got these burlap sack type laces, got some recycled foam down here behind this plastic you can kind of see in there, so that's what that is. Yeah, it's a pretty solid shoe, you know. I think even Daniel Bryan would be proud to see these. Let's see, the Cortez is a classic. Wait, did I miss one? Oh, okay, you remember when Dunks used to sell for $60? I don't, because, you know, I didn't start buying shoes until 2015 for the most part. Cortez is a classic. These SVDs are my current favorite Gel Light 3 in my collection. I can totally see that. I can definitely see that. And it's one of those things where, like, they have that price premium, but at the same time, like, it's justified, right? Because that's not always the case with other things, you know? Didn't care for them until I wore them. Yeah, sometimes it does take that. Because I remember one of the things that caught me was, like, when I looked at the inside, I'm like, what is this, like an old towel or something? What's going on in there? But again, as a total package, like, these things are solid. Let's see, Ronnie Fig is with Asics, isn't he? Is he? That sounds right. Wait, is it Asics? I always see like Logan J doing reviews and throwing his name around. It might be Asics. If not, it's New Balance. Is it New Balance? I don't know. Like, I get things mixed up, you know what I'm saying? But, because it's like, now I want to say it's New Balance. I don't know. What is this? Oh, okay. So, now we are at the list, or excuse me, at the end of the Gel Light 3s. This is the newest pair to the collection. There are actually two in here. My mom's pair is over there with my dad's Vans. So I'll be giving those to them at some point. But yeah, so this is the Sunflower colorway. Came out, I'd say within the last month and a half, if I recall correctly. As far as like overall, I think it just hit the Asics site last month though. If I remember correctly. But yeah, these, like I was saying in the video, the sunflower thing kind of stands out, and these do just look pretty nice. So there is that piece of it as well. Also haven't worn these yet, but that's mostly because I just got them. So that kind of happens sometimes, you know? That's why I do like new shoe months every several months, to keep up with actually wearing the stuff that I buy. It's also part of the reason I like to do those quarterly pickup videos, so I can remember all the crap that I bought. So now, using the last couple things, this first pair is going to be something some of you guys might remember if you've been paying attention long enough. This is not mine. I bought these for my dad a while ago because I saw them on sale and I was like, he likes red. So I picked these up and I figured I'd give them to him probably for Christmas, I guess. I don't know. I picked them up and I figured like they'll make a good gift at some point, right? So I bought these and here they are. But these are pretty cool, and I think it's the other one came, put that on. No. I think it's the other one came with something on this. Yeah. This one came with like this thing on this hang tag thing here, so that's kind of cool. I don't know what that's supposed to be. I remember these were part of some kind of pack, but I don't remember the details at all. Sometimes I try to avoid things because it's like, I liked them, and I knew if I liked them and I bought them, I'd buy all of them. Because there was a green pair also. Yeah, see, it's a good Christmas color. Hey, Ryan, aka Kicks, what's going on? And then, I forget what these were for, but they came with these too. I honestly don't remember what the point of those was. But, whatever. Actually, no, this says right there. So if I want to put that thing on the side, I guess? I don't know. So, either way, I bought these shoes for my dad, and one of these days, I'll give them to him. I'll get these in the box correctly later. I'll just set that up here for now. And so these next three that you're going to see have not been... I feel like I'm at work too sometimes, only because I do this so often, like the whole sitting around talking about shoes thing. Yes, that's the one. That's the one. Because I remember liking the green pair, but then I saw the red pair in hand because I bought those, and I was like, well, these are pretty fantastic. So these next ones you're going to see are ones that I have not done reviews on because I wasn't sure how I was going to do the review because it needs to have a performance aspect to it. And sometimes I like to do the performance part and the review part all in one video. That's how I did my light strikes, my SL20s, I think. Because it's just kind of more convenient for me, you know? So this is a Kayano 27. And these have been sitting for so long that I believe they're up to 28 now. So I have a pair sitting in my cart that I need to buy. So this is an actual running shoe, right? Like a real deal running shoe, not like one of those retro ones. This is like modern technology and all that stuff. So, yeah. Not the flashiest color, but I think I bought these because like I don't have a lot of blue and they were on sale, so I went with it. And since I knew I was mostly going to be just kind of buying these just to see which pair I like the most, and they're cheap, I probably just didn't think too much about what color I got. But yeah, not bad. I think I bought my dad a pair. No, I think I bought him the Nimbus. Maybe. I don't know. It's a bit of a blur, but whatever pair I got him, I'll know it when I see it, because I do have a pair here. This. I bought him a pair of these, the Nimbus 23s, yeah. Different color. His are like mostly gray with a little bit of red splattered in there, almost like if you ran through a puddle of blood for some reason. That's kind of how his shoes look. His shoes look cooler than mine, personally, but I wanted a red pair, but I figured he'd like that pair more than this one. So I got him the nicer one, and I got me the runner-up, right? No pun intended. But yeah, so the Nimbus and the Kayano, they're both like in the same range as far as like, you know, price range and all that good stuff. But I forget which one is which, but one is supposed to be more of like a cushioned ride and one's more of a stability ride as far as running goes. So I'll just get out there I'll put some miles into both of them and see which one I like the most. And then that'll be that. And I also picked up a pair of, this must be the Cumulus, right? Yeah. A pair of the Cumulus 23s. So obviously I'm a little bit behind on my performance reviews, right? Because that's 3 of them, which means that I usually like to do a few, what is it? I think the last reviews I did like this, I ran like, was it like 3 miles a day or something? Like a mile and a half in each pair, you know? Like I'd run a mile and a half, I'd stop, change shoes, do another. Yeah, it got old, like super fast actually. So by the end of the week, I was like, thank God this is over, right? Then I just knocked out the review portion and then moved on. I think that was for the Ultra Boost or the Vapor Maxes. I don't know, whichever one was most recent. But anyways, so yeah, the Nimbus 23. Well, no. What did I say this was? The Cumulus something. The Cumulus 23. That's what this one is. So it's a little lower on the price scale, right? But again, I figured I'd just buy all 3 and just see how they all rank, right? Kind of like those Dynablasts. Like I knew that they weren't going to replace anything as my new favorite, but though they are pretty solid. But I like to see what the lower price tier is doing sometimes because I buy the higher price tier a lot, but sometimes the lower price tier, like the difference isn't all that much sometimes, you know, and it can be worth it. So I picked up all 3 of them. Now I just got to run a whole bunch of miles and see which one I like the most, you know? Kind of probably should have done that the other way and like maybe done a little bit more research. But sometimes the best research is the one that you do like firsthand, you know? So that's what's going to happen here. It's going to be a long couple days. So I need to get on that so I can get this thing knocked out before they start releasing more models, you know? And hello to those of you who just jumped in. Just kind of going through my Asics collection, knocking that out, talking to the people, you know, doing the hangout thing. Because it's Saturday night. I don't have much of anything else going on other than some college work that I'm kind of ignoring. There probably are shows that I could be at right now, but you know, sometimes you just feel like staying home, you know, against what 311 said. Any 311 fans out there? Remember like the blue self-titled album? Yeah, it's a reference to that, if anybody cares. But yeah, so that's about it. We've done it. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 17 or so. Cool. Actually, you know what? There was one that I did not bring out, and that's the first pair I bought because I ended up buying those again in a different size because I gave the first size away. So the original, it's like white and purple with a little bit of orange in there. So those are in a box somewhere because like I ordered them and I never even unboxed them. I just stuck them to the side somewhere. Nothing much going on. So, yeah, see, like this is fine for me. I watched what's that movie? It's a bad movie. Malignant. Man, I said that all wrong the first time. Malignant. HBO was like, oh, it's the last day to watch it. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll watch this movie. It doesn't look good, but let's see. I got some free time. Watched it, didn't like it. Didn't like anything about it. It was just like dumb the whole time. And I was like, well, I knew that going into it. I expected not to like it. But I wanted to know, I guess. Sometimes you just want to double check and verify. And so now that I've done that and verified it, I'll pass it on to you. It's not a great movie. It's like they build up for a while and it's like, okay, this could be interesting in some kind of way. And then they hit you with like the main part, like, you know, when the little plot twist comes along in like the middle or whatever, and you're like, okay, this is dumb. This definitely is dumb. But hey, if you're looking forward to watching it, pretend that I didn't talk down on what you're looking forward to watching and go into it with an open mind. Let's see, same here, 11. I think 311 was around here recently or is coming here soon. Now I'm going to say they had to have been here recently because I want to say they were going to play at that amphitheater in Virginia Beach. And if that was the case, all their shows are pretty much done. I think they have like 2 more shows for the season and then they're done until like the spring or something. Yeah, but I've seen 311 there a couple times because like they play a lot. 311 does. I don't know how popular they are anymore, but they keep touring and have been since like I guess 95 or whatever. Because let's see. Yeah, I think I remember. I think I wanna say I first heard about them when I was in seventh grade. Yeah, so I don't know what year that was, but actually, no, it would have been 94 or 95. Because in 95 or 96, I was in eighth grade. So, yeah. Either way, 311's old. They have a bunch of albums, so they keep touring them, keep playing them, because they've got a fan base that has disposable income and will go see their shows. That's the way I see that. Squid Games is on Netflix is pretty good. I saw people talking about that and how it's like, oh, it's a Korean movie, so like the subtitles, like the conversion, translation, it's like you lose some of the meaning. Yeah, like, and it goes both ways, because I've seen movies like where like foreign people and they just sit there and it's like they say something like in the movie and it's clearly funny, and then like everybody's just like hard no sell on that. You know, it's like that just does it go over you guys' heads, or was it not funny, or what? But no, it's just the translation piece of it. I'm gonna see Dune soon. Maybe it's good. I don't know. Yeah, when somebody's like, somebody at work was like, "Oh, there's a Dune movie coming up," and it was kind of like a slight distance between me and them, because they were talking to the person like next to me, but they were just saying it loud enough to be heard. And I thought they said Doom, like Doom, you know? That's a first-person shooter stance there. It wasn't. It's not. So I significantly lost interest in that. If it was a Doom movie, then they probably would have had me. Let's see. They have a huge built-in fan base. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. It's like the people that were into stuff in that time frame, right? Because you're probably in your like early teens, I guess, maybe like close to like, we'll say 13 plus or minus 2, right? When they probably came around or whatever, and you're like, oh yeah, this is cool, and it kind of sticks with you a little bit because you're one of the first things of music you're discovering. And now, like, you're still into that. If you're like me, you're still listening a lot to older albums because they're good. And when those things go on sale or go on tour and then go on sale, you buy their tickets. Again, like I just did with that Chili Peppers thing this morning. So that's cool. Let's see. I really hate trying to scroll through some of this stuff sometimes, because it's like if you don't click in the right area, it just gets all weird. Lost in translation, I feel that would be yeah. Let's see, that would be cool. Wolfenstein 3D and movie. Wolfenstein 3D, man, like I remember playing a lot of that. There's also a Spear of Destiny sort of, I don't know if that was a spinoff or like a expansion or what, but we had that as well. Yeah, I used to play it on the first computer that we ever had before we even had a sound blaster set up. So I didn't even have sound. And because it was also like 96, excuse me, because it was also 96, I mean, I'm pretty sure we did have a mouse. Because I know like, oh yeah, but it was probably not like the easiest moving around or whatever, you know. But even as like crippled as you were compared to like modern day first person shooters, I put a lot of time and had a lot of fun playing that. Like a lot of fun playing that. Finding all these little secret corridors and stuff, man. Let's see. And then there's, hey, Homegrown Kicks stopped in, and let's see. Where do you think Bray Wyatt should go and end up with his new gimmick? Wherever he's going to have the complete creative freedom to do whatever he wants to do with it. I honestly would kind of like to see him in Impact, because I feel like they need people over there. And he's saying have a great night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are. That sounds familiar. See you later, Kyle. Appreciate you stopping in. I always do. And maybe I'll have another Jedi 3 review in a while from now or something. We'll see. Let's see. I had my first computer 96.2, IBM FT. We had a Packard Bell something. I don't remember what it was. The only thing I remember about it was this huge south of the border bumper sticker on the side for some odd reason. You know? Let's see. Take care. Have a good night. I should say, Kyle. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Kyle's a good dude. He stops in when he can. Often see him in the comments section and whatnot, so that's cool. But yeah, so what else is on you guys' mind? Because otherwise I need to eat, because it's been like since breakfast. Right? Yeah. Yeah, it's been a while, so you need to do that. But, I don't want to walk away. If you guys still have some questions or whatever you want to throw out there, please go ahead and throw those out there. So I just go with the first letter in the screen. Oh. Yeah, he's... the screen names is usually what I remember. Not always so great with like the pictures unless they stand out, But let's see, so it's the right one, that over here. The left one on this side. These shoes are backwards in the box, which is a slight problem to me. Like just one of those little things that doesn't matter, but like bothers me just enough to fix it when I see it. So you gotta have the left one at the bottom, right? So that's how that's supposed to be. Adidas is really big on shipping theirs out backwards, right? Because that's what they do, and I don't like it. It's just one of those little things that just doesn't matter at all. But I complain from time to time about little stuff. You're gonna head out to... Okay, yeah, I totally get you, man. Head out to eat, no problem. I made awesome t-shirt purchase today that I'd be proud of. Oh, alright, cool, good for you. It's always good to get a new t-shirt, I buy new shirts once in a while myself. Bought some new shirts today, actually. Right? Yeah. 1 or 2? I think it was just MXPX. Yeah, because I was going to get some wrestling shirts too, but then I figured I'd wait for another sale. But then they sent me a coupon code, and I was like, what are you guys, reading my mind or something? That's awkward. What I think of Hangman's return, and do I think he'll win the title? I was pleasantly surprised to see Hangman's return. Oh, yeah, see you later there, B. Mitch. Gravy. Couldn't remember the other name. Yeah. I was pleasantly surprised to see Hangman Page come back. Oh, look, there he is right there. Oh, Hangman Page. He's been hanging out with me for a while now. For, God, like almost 3 years. Wow, that's... Yeah. So yeah, I was looking forward to seeing how that played out, because I didn't know he was coming back. I don't pay a lot of attention to the news. So now he won that, and so now he's going to go on and into bigger and better things. Maybe he's going to come back with some sort of fist of rage, and take the title. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I don't know. Because I don't know if it's one of those things where he can cash in whenever he wants, or if it's going to be like at like the Double or Nothing pay-per-view, or, well, Full Gear is the next one. So, and I think they fought at Full Gear last year, so maybe they'll do that. They are big on their long-term storytelling. So, but will he win the title? To answer that question, I'm leaning towards it happening, but a huge part of me, is waiting to see other stuff happen, because they don't seem to be so big on the just out of nowhere changes. Don't get me wrong, they've been building this up for a while, so there is that, but you would think, unless they do some stuff between the next few weeks or whatever, it would seem weird for them to just come back and just win it out of nowhere. We'll see what happens, though. Buddy Murphy. Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know. I know they mentioned something a while ago about how there are a lot of people that they would like to get, but, getting so many people in a short time span, gotta find a way to use them. And that's where it gets a little difficult. But, they'll figure it out. I mean, if anything, they'll probably just space it out just a little bit, but it also comes down to what does he want to do? Because does he want to get lost in the shuffle? I mean, they've got a pretty deep roster. Or does he want to go over to maybe Ring of Honor doesn't have a whole lot going on, but it seems like people aren't watching it. He could go to Japan. That'd probably be good. Because then he can just work with the stateside stuff too. I don't know. But we'll see. wherever he goes, though, I feel like he'll be a pretty solid addition. But at the same time, I'd lean towards him wanting to see him in, like, again, Impact or something. Because it seems like all the AEW people keep getting put in these, like, groups of, oh, like, Christian appears. Now he's got, like, 6 dudes with him. And then, like, Sting appears. Now he's got, like, 6 dudes with him. Everybody's got, like, a bunch of dudes with him. Nobody's just doing their own thing. And that, to me, is a little odd. Let's see. Hangman should feud with CM Punk. Alcoholic versus Straight Edge. Yeah, but that whole thing's been done, you know? You don't want to keep going back to the drawing board. So, but who knows? Maybe CM Punk will... Isn't Daniel Bryan one of those straight edge guys? Maybe they can do their own little straight edge thing or something. But the drunk thing seems to be just not so played up on Hangman anymore. Like they've done that. Now they're moving on to him just being a ready to go in there and win some things kind of guy, right? So yeah, we'll see. But I'm sure Hangman will do something sooner or later, you know, because he's still got the momentum for sure. It's just gonna be like, okay, how is he going to use it? Or how are they going to use it, you know? But I'm going to trust the process. So far, they haven't really been letting me down. AEW hasn't. Even like the people that they started off kind of weird, like Miro or whatever, over time, they use that and just kind of like take him in another direction. So had he come in there being what he is now, it might not have had the effect that it has now. So I think they know what they're doing, even though it doesn't always seem like it. So, though, the one thing that it still to this day seems like they're not sure what they're doing is the women's division, but another story for another day. Yeah, see? So, there is that piece too. Darby Allin. But for now, appreciate you guys stopping in and all that good stuff. I'm going to go ahead and get my night wrapped up. Put these shoes, but luckily these are easy to put back. It's not like those other days when I pull out all kinds of random crap. These are just, there's an Asics stack, so I just slide them back in between the Vans and the, what is that, Pumas? Pumas and New Balances? Yeah, real easy clean up today. So thanks to everybody that stopped in. I do appreciate that. But for now, from me to you, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I'll be back with actual content at some point, I assume, but I honestly don't know when because I don't see a lot of stuff on the horizon that I want. But we'll figure it out, and I'm sure you guys will be there to help me figure it out too. So for now, later people.